Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In the previous weeks, the question that I was getting was if we are in a recession or going into a recession. I made a video on that and the answer is yes. We are already in a recession. It's just finding out how deep this is once the final numbers comes out. Now, the question that I have been getting lately is how long are we going to be in a recession, or what type of recovery are we going to have? My name is Mac Rogers. I'm a real estate broker here in Castro Valley, California. If you're new to the channel, I give weekly updates on the real estate market as well as financial and economic updates and how it may affect our real estate market. If you like the information, please click subscribe, like, and share. Would also love to hear back from you, your comments and feedback. As you all know, this pandemic has put many businesses on hold as we grapple with how to address the situation and also deciding on when and what the best strategy is to slowly and safely reopen our economy. Which begs the question, how long will it take for us to get back to where we were or some semblance of a normal business climate? If you've been watching my videos, I've said in the past videos that most economists are looking at a V-shaped recovery. This is a very steep decline followed by a sharp recovery. According to past pandemics and how the economy reacted after a pandemic, this is what most economists are expecting to happen. Basically, the thinking is this, that this was a planned shutdown of the economy. The pandemic was the unknown factor that caused it, but the economy was just humming along and it was just put on hold. So logic dictates that once we go back to work, we restart the economy back. Take a look at the following chart. This was what most financial institutions are forecasting. Basically, Q2 is where we hit bottom, and Q3 and Q4 is where we have the bounce. Now, obviously, there are other possibilities for the type of recovery that we might have. And here are two others I want to bring to your attention because we've had a bit of a shift in some economists' thinking. So, we talked about the V-shaped recovery, then there is the U-shaped recovery. A U-shaped recovery is when the decline is a little bit more gradual and then the recovery that follows starts off moderately and then picks up speed. This could be a 12 to 24 month period. Then there's the L-shaped recovery. An L-shaped recovery is a steep economic decline followed by a long period of no growth or just sideways. You know, it just happens like this. That's what happened to us in the last housing crash. Now, there are several other types of recoveries that we won't get into that here. I'm not an economist, nor do we have time to talk about all the letters that represent the different types of recovery, like the W, the swoosh, etc. Obviously, no one can say for sure what we are looking at. As a matter of fact, there's a new poll done by Reuters. They asked 45 US and European economists what they think the type of recovery we will see, and a majority of them said that they think that it's going to be a U-shaped recovery. Now, the difference in opinion is most likely because we never experienced something like this before. It's extremely difficult to forecast and project and compare the previous economic events because now analysts have to incorporate three different sciences into their equation. The first is the business science. This is looking at past economic data and then seeing how the economy reacted to that event and seeing if the current event fits that pattern. The second thing that now they have to incorporate in their model is the health science. When will we have this coronavirus under control or have a vaccine? Will there be a second wave as other doctors and scientists are warning? We don't have the answer to that yet. The third is social science. How will people react? How long will this take how long will Americans go back to normal? What will normal even look like? Business science, we have the answer to. We've gone through past events like this before, an external event that caused the economy to go sharply down. Think 9/11, that was an external force, that was unforeseen. I remember back then that we had several months where people were just jittery, the worry of flying or other types of terrorist attacks. Then the government instituted all these safety measures like stricter screenings before flying or cockpit more secure. And now, it's just become a part of life. It's the new normal. Long TSA lines, removing shoes, jewelry, etc. We got used to it. What we have in front of us now is a virus that doesn't have a vaccine yet. We don't have total control. And as far as I know, limited testing as well. how Americans react or go back to normal is all predicated on controlling the virus. My thought is that once we have a vaccine or other solutions to it, that's the time we start seeing Americans going back to their normal routine. So if you're thinking of buying a home, this may well be a good time because there will be less competition. Prices might also soften a bit, although I have not seen that totally yet. I'll give you a personal experience on something like this. When 9/11 happened, we were in the middle of buying a house. One of the neighborhoods that we wanted to buy in came down in price. I think it was about like 5%. This was at the very top of our price range, so I decided to wait, thinking that it would go down some more because people were afraid to go out. Well, that didn't happen. From going down 5% to all of a sudden buyers were bidding back 5%, 10%, 15% over asking. It just happened just like that. So if you're still in the market, take advantage of this time of less competition. Now, if you're thinking of selling, here's the good news. Before we went into the situation, inventory was low. So that is still the case, as some sellers are now continuing to just wait and see. So if there's a need for you to sell, prices are still strong. It may not be the same as before, but definitely still good. I hope you found this information useful. Would love to get your comments and feedback. To me, the way I see it, it's hard to guesstimate what might happen without some solution to the buyers. So right now, I see us kind of a V shape like this and then going sideways for a while and then going up. What do you guys think?